Law number 4 of 1994. Environment. The biosphere, which encompasses living organisms together with the substances it contains, the air, water, and soil that surrounded it, as well as the establishments set up by man. Air, the mixture of gases constituting air in its known percentages and natural properties. And in the provisions of this law, it's the ambient air within the workplaces, and air enclosed or semi-closed public places. The convention, the International Convention for the Prevention of Marine Pollution from Ships, and the international conventions to which the Arab Republic of Egypt adheres in the area of the protection of the marine environment from pollution and compensation for pollution accidents. Public place, a place equipped to receive people or a specific category of people for any purpose. Closed public place, a public place which is in the form of an integrated building that receives no incoming air except from designated inlets. Vehicles for public transport are considered closed public places. Semi-closed public place, a public place which is in the form of non-integrated building with direct access to the ambient air and which cannot be completely closed. Environmental pollution, any change in environmental properties which may result directly or indirectly in harming living organisms or establishments or in affecting ability of people to lead normal life. Environmental degradation, effect on the environment that reduces its value or changes its nature, depletes its resources, or harms living organisms or monuments. Number 9, environmental protection, protecting and promoting the components of the environment and preventing or internal waters, including the river, Nile, lakes, and running water, land natural protectorates, and other natural resources. 10. Air pollution, any change in the properties or specifications of the natural air which causes hazards to human health or to the environment, whether resulting from natural factors or human activities including noise. 11. Rapid transport vehicles, motor cars, tractors, motorcycles, and other machines designed for use on public roads. Water pollution, the introduction of any substance or energy into the water environment, whether internationally or unintentionally, or directly or indirectly, which causes damage to living or non-living resources, poses a threat to human health or hinders water activity, fishing and tourist activities, or impairs the quality of sea water so as to render it unfit for use, diminish the enjoyment thereof, or alter its properties. 13. Polluting substances and factors, any solid, liquid, or gaseous substances, noise, radiation, heat, or vibrations arising from acts of man that lead directly or indirectly to environmental pollution or degradation. 14. Water polluting substances, any substance whose discharge into the water environment intentionally or unintentionally leads to a change in its properties or contributes to such change directly or indirectly to an extent that can harm man, natural resources, seawater, or marine tourist areas, or which interferes with other legitimate uses of the sea. These substances include oil or oily mixtures, harmful and dangerous wastes, as determined in the international conventions to which the Arab Republic of Egypt adheres. Number C. Any other substance, solid, liquid, or gaseous, as determined in the executive regulations of this law. Untreated industrial waste or effluents from industrial establishments. Toxic military containers. Substances listed in the convention and its annexes. 15. Oil, crude oil, and its products in all forms, including any kind of liquid hydrocarbons, lubricating oil, fuel oil, refined oil, furnace oil, tar, and other petroleum derivatives or waste. Oily mixtures, any mixture containing oil in a ratio of more than 15 or 1 billion. Unclean blazing water, unclean polished water. Water and ship-borne tanks if its oil content is greater than 15 or to 1 billion. Hazardous substances having dangerous properties which are hazardous to human health or which adversely affect the environment, such as contagious, toxic, explosive, or flammable substances, or those with using radiation. Hazardous waste, waste of activities and processes or its ashes which retain the properties of hazardous substances and have no subsequent, original, or alternative uses, like clinical waste from medical treatments or the waste resulting from the manufacture of any pharmaceutical products, drugs, or organic solvents, printing fluid, dyes, and painting materials. Substance handling, anything that leads to the displacement of substances for the purpose of assembling, transporting, sorting, treating, or using them. Waste management, collecting, transporting, recycling, and disposing of waste. Waste disposal process which don't extract or recycle waste such as compositing, deep subterranean injection, discharge to surface water, biological treatment, physiochemical treatment, permanent storage or incineration. Waste recycling process which allow the extraction or recycling of waste such as using it as fuel or extracting metals and organic materials or soil treatment or oil refining. Liquid substances harmful to the water environment. The substances listed in the International Convention of 1973, 1978. Reception facilities, installations, equipment, and basins designed to receive, filter, treat, and dispose of contaminated substances or boiled water, as well as installations provided by companies working in the field of shipping and unloading petroleum products or other administrative agencies supervising ports and waterways. Discharge any leakage, effusion, emission, draining, or disposal of any kind of pollutants into the waters of the territorial sea, exclusive economic zone, the seas, the river Nile, and the waterways, taking into consideration the levels determined for certain substances in the executive regulations. Dumping any deliberate disposal of polluting substances or waste from ships, planes, platforms, or other industrial establishments and land-based sources into the territorial sea, the exclusive economic zone, or the sea. Any deliberate dumping by ships or industrial or other establishments into the territorial sea, the exclusive economic zone, or the sea. Compensation means compensation for the damage resulting from pollution accidents in accordance with the application of the provisions of the Civil Code and the provisions of the International Convention on Civil Liability to which the Arab Republic of Egypt adheres or to which it will adhere in future, including the International Convention on civil liability for damage caused by oil pollution accidents, assigned in Brussels in 1969, or any other pollution accidents mentioned in the executive regulations of this law. 29. Means of oil transport. Every pipeline used in transporting oil and any other equipment used in loading up and loading or transporting oil, as well as pumps or other equipment required for the use of these pipes. Ship, any floating marine vessel of any type. Vessels which move over hydrofoil cautions or underwater establishments, although any fixed or mobile establishment constructed along the coasts or on surface water for the purpose of conducting commercial, industrial, touristic, or scientific activities. Warship, any ship that belongs to the armed forces of a state carrying its distinct external insignia under the command of an officer officially appointed by the government of such state and operated by a crew governed by the rules of military discipline of that state. Government ship, a ship owned by the state and operated or used for governmental and non-commercial purposes. Harmful materials carrier, a ship constructed originally or designed for the purpose of carrying cargoes of harmful liquid substances in bulk, including oil tankers, when fully or partially loaded with harmful liquid substances, not pegged in accordance with the provisions stated in Chapter 1, Part 3 of this law. Establishment means the following: industrial establishments subject and the provisions of law. Tourist establishments subject to the provisions of law. Establishments used for electrical power generation and production. Mines, quarries, and establishments operating in the field of oil exploration. 35. Environmental monitoring network. Agencies which undertake within their spheres of competence and through their agencies which undertake within their spheres of competence and through their stations and works units to monitor the components and pollutants of the environment and relay their results and data to the competent authorities periodically. Environmental impact assessment, studying and analyzing the environmental feasibility of proposed projects whose construction or activities might affect and the safety of the environment in order to protect it. 37. Environmental disaster, an accident resulting from natural factors or human action which causes severe damage to the environment and requires resources beyond the local means. The competent administrative agency concerned with the protection of the water environment. Any of the following agencies, each within its field of competence. The Environmental Affairs Agency, EAAA, the Department of Ports and Lighthouses, the Suez Canal Authority, Port Authorities in ARA, the General Egyptian Organization for the Protection of the Coast, Egyptian General Petroleum Corporation, General Department of Surface Water Police, Tourism Development Authority, other agencies designed by a prime ministerial decree.